I began as a drummer, really, but songs became my passion, and the craft of songwriting was really what led me into music. And I've always wanted to do other people's songs. I've done the odd one from time to time, but never the dreaded sort of covers album. And I thought, if I'm going to do that, I'm going to try and do something a bit different with it. And the idea came that if I could get a song swap off the ground, then it would mean that there'll be a dialogue and some relationship with the other writer. So the principle is, if you do one of my songs, I'll do one of yours. And with some people, there's been no contact and no real discussion. And with many of the artists, there's been some dialogue about which song to do and how to do it. But the intention was always that people would do it in their own way. And for me, I've always benefited from having clear rules, because I think giving an artist total freedom is castrating them. When you say to an artist they can't do something, that's firing them up, because, you know, we're sort of mischievous creatures by nature, and we'll find an alternative route to achieve something, but we need an obstruction in a way. No drums, no guitars were sort of starting points on this. We looked at homemade instruments as an area to explore. There were a few different ideas, but in the end, when I started to hear different arrangers work, and then was introduced to John Metcalf, who'd done some work at the studio here and with Real World Records, I really liked his approach, which seemed to have some of the same things influencing him that influenced me. And so, say on the classical side, because I wanted to try using orchestral instruments, there were some of the systems musicians. Steve Reich was my favorite, and Arvo Pärt, Stravinsky, these names were sort of, I think, big on his agenda, as they were for me. When we'd done about 4 of these arrangements, I think both John and I started realizing that the nature of the undertaking, and there was a lot going on, a lot to do with trying to choose songs, contact artists, and organize the arrangements and so on. And I'd had very good experiences with Bob Ezrin, and particularly with orchestra. I'd done that Randy Newman song for Babe called That'll Do. And that reminded me, you know, how good Bob was with orchestral stuff. So I gave him a call and asked him to help, and he was working on other projects, but he'd come in for sort of 3-day periods, and then he came in for all the orchestral recording sessions, and would come in, you know, like a SWAT team full of feedback and making some suggestions here and there, and that was good too. So I think I've been very lucky with all the people I've worked with.
Nice. Yay! Which take was that?
After me comes the flowers.
But it's been a great process, and some other artists now that I've also wanted to try doing exchanges with have now said they'd like to participate, so I'm sure to do another one. I want to do my own songs next, but after that I think I'll do another project like this. It's been a lot of fun.